Dude, let me start with you on this one, just to rewind. Can you tell me in your Quran in Surah 78, we'll start at 31. Let me go to the verse 1 second. Because we're talking about marriage and we're talking about, just women in Islam as well. So in Surah 78, if you start at 31 and we'll go to 34, can you just tell me, please, what is talking about?
Yeah, just read it to me. I don't have a second device on me.
No worries. It says, surely the God-fearing awaits a place of security, gardens and vineyards, were maidens with swelling breasts, like of age, and a cup overflowing.
Yeah, wait, isn't this like talking about the Horror Lane?
It's talking about the people that you're going to get after you pass
Yeah,
away.
so the Horror Lane. Yeah, this is not in reference to marriage. This
Yeah.
is the Horror Lane.
I know it's still women in Islam, correct?
No, they're not considered women.
They're not women.
They're not. No, they're not like identical to us, the woman in the dunya. They're
Okay.
different. The woman of heaven. They're not identical. They're not cashed out as women.
What makes them different?
Yeah. So like, yeah. So what makes them different? You mean like the distinction?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, we don't know about the distinctions like verbatim, but it's like the thing is like it's their sole purpose is just for pleasure, I guess.
So, okay, now look what you said, right? The sole purpose of these women in paradise is to give man pleasure, correct?
Yeah. What's the reductio?
Yes, okay, hang on. Do the women also get the like so they can also get some pleasure?
No, because it goes against the fitra for women to desire men, unless
Okay.
like
So women are not allowed to desire men.
no, because we believe everyone's created in the fitra, and the fitra is a contradiction here for a woman to desire multiple men. So and we believe in everyone in heaven.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm asking you, do women? I'm asking you in
yeah. So no,
2025,
because in heaven
do
everyone
women?
remains gets
My
remain
brother,
in the state
listen
of the
to me, please.
fitra,
It's
so
okay.
they don't desire men. No, women
In
don't.
2025, do women on earth desire men?
Yeah, well, that's irrelevant in the dunya.
I'm
They
just
can
asking you now, listen,
wait.
in
That's
2025, do women also desire men?
yeah, that's irrelevant. That just contradicts their fitra, though. In Jannah, there.
So okay, well, hang on, brother, please, man, slow down.
Yeah, I can grant that, but like that
Slow
doesn't.
down. I'm trying to understand women. Do women at any point
Trust me,
in
you came
history
to the right place, sir. I got a PhD in women.
have women in any time in history ever desired men?
Yeah, so sure, I can grant that women in like a lot of women may have had the desire of multiple men. Sure.
Okay, and in heaven they don't.
Yeah, because their state gets returned to the fitra.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the word Ka'abi? Kaib. Kaib.
Spell it to me in Arabic.
Let me show it to you. So I'm going to show you something because I'm on a site that's going to explain the type of woman that you get in paradise.
Okay? Yeah, the Hur Lane.
Yeah, we're going to learn just a little bit about them right now. So I'm on a site called Islam Q&A, and it talks about the woman that you're going to get in paradise.
Yeah, I don't take Islamic Q&A as a source. You have to give me the scholar or the reference or the hadith.
We'll see. Because again, this is talking and they're giving reference to, because Ibn Faris, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, wait. What century? What hijri?
Can you look on my screen, please?
Yeah, but like, what century is he from? Which scholar?
I don't know.
Bro, so you're bringing me a reference and you don't know the reference. Nice.
They quote Abu Dawood and they quote other people as well. So they
and which hadith from Abu Dawood?
Let's just go through. I'm on Islam Q&A and let's see what it says.
Wait, so can we? No, let's just dissect the reference first.
Hang on, brother. Hang on. I can see that you're already in a panic.
So how am I panicking? I'm asking to dissect the reference.
Dude, stop. Hang on. What is wrong with you?
No, but that's not panicking though.
If Muhammad could wait 3 years for Aisha, bro, you can give me 30 seconds.
That's just a red herring.
I know, it's as red as Aisha was left. Now the question.
Wait. So you're blaspheming, so I'll blaspheme. And your God is a man God that got stripped naked.
Maidens of equal age describe the breast of the Al-Hur Alayn, right? Now when we go down over here, it says Ka'b. Who is Ka'b?
But I don't know what the reference. I'm asking you to dissect the reference by giving me a hadith or a.
You'll see what it says. Just hang on. It quotes Abu Dawood.
Yeah, but which hadith? Abu Dawood is a compilation.
41. Hang on. It gets there. Hang on. All you've got to do is pace yourself with patience, my man. Slow down.
No, I'm asking to dissect the reference.
Let's read. It says, Kab comes from the root word. Now we're looking at the girls that you will get in paradise. This is the girls you get in paradise. Kab comes from the sound root that is indicative of a thing beginning to develop and emerge, right? From the same root that the word Kab refers to the ankle, which is the bone on the two sides of the lower leg where it meets the foot. And the word Kaaba refers to the house of Allah, may He be exalted. It is so because of its prominence of its square shape. A woman is described as Ka'ab. Now you say, when her breasts begin to develop. So the women you're getting in paradise are these types of women when their breasts begin to develop. End quote from who is this over here? Do you know this name over here?
No, I don't know that name.
Okay, no worries. You probably don't. C also, do you know this guy?
No.
You know this guy?
Wait, which one?
Lisan?
Oh yeah, I know that guy. I know, yeah.
There we go. So now you got some kind of a reference. So this means the literal meaning of the word in terms of its linguistics. But look what it says. It goes on and it says this. Let me just see, where is he? There we go. Al-Jawazi. You know him?
You mean Al-Jawzi?
You know Jawzi?
Yeah, Al-Jawzi. Yeah, I know him.
He said, the woman in the tifla. What is the tifla?
Like little?
Beautiful. Little girl. When she is small, while Ida, when she begins to walk, then how you say this again, Kaib? Okay. When her breasts begin to appear. Now, we are seeing that this type of girl is what is promised in paradise for the Muslim men. The girl that her breasts are just starting to appear. Because the next group of women are then the Nahid, when they increase inside, then the Mas'ar, when she reaches the age of puberty, then the Coward, when she reaches the age of a young woman. Now, the person that you will receive is this one whose breasts begin to appear, meaning that she hasn't reached puberty, she's still a child.
Well, I don't have to grant that though, because you have to give me the reference of the hadith, and second of all, the Quran says it hints that they have attained puberty because their breasts are developed. It
says developing.
Wait, where does it say? Which word it says it's developing?
I just said, yeah. It said over here. It said.
Wait, the Arabic says the verse says kab.
It says the indicative of the beginning to develop and emerge. It is beginning to develop and emerge.
From which source?
Same woman, the kab, when her breasts begin to develop.
Yeah, but which source though? Like the Quran, the verse.
Go there.
The verse from the Quran.
He talks about the freshness of her youth, which is equal. There's no mention of breasts, but they are talking about young girls whose are just beginning to form.
Yeah, but again, like the kab, which reference though? Like you're saying kab, but wait, it's in Sunnah Abu Dawood, right?
Okay, we can go on again, but again, you're trying to. I'm showing you this is from Islam Q&A, not me saying.
Yeah, but Islam Q&A is not hujjah.
Okay, do you take anything from Islam Q&A where 10 to 20 million Muslims go a month?
Wait, yeah, it depends on what scholars and what reference they're using. Well, I don't take it as a hujjah in general.
Al-Jawzi, you said you know him.
Yeah, I know Ibn Al-Jawzi.
So when he's saying that, when he's
but he's not one of my scholars I take from.
When he is, so my man, who do you take from? My God, you guys throw everyone under the bus.
No, what when I say bro, like, so do you know how we work and stuff? So I take, so my specific scholars I take from are like Abdullah ibn Shubrama, I take from Ibn Taymiyyah in terms of aqidah, in terms of fiqh, like I hold to Shaykh Albani's madhab and stuff.
What about
in terms of tafsir, I take from Al-Baghawi. Huh?
What about this guy, Ibn Faris?
No, I don't take from him. I don't know who that even is.
Okay, so basically, whether you take it or not, this is what Islam Q&A is talking.
Yeah, but I already told you that's not hujjah.
I know. I said you not taking them. Just chill out. You not taking them. but this is what the scholars are saying regarding to the kind of person that you will receive when you go to paradise. This is who you're going to get. You're going to get little girls that have yet to begin or just starting to produce, to develop themselves.
I'll have
But
to grant
that's
that.
besides the point. This proves that in the Quran, in Surah 65:4, that it is in line with the Quran as to
What?
who you can marry.
How does 65:4 prove what? How does that prove it?
Because your Quran is telling you that in 65:4, and as the example of Muhammad, he married a little girl that was still developing, that had
No.
not yet reached puberty,
No,
and she
Al-Darumi,
came to him.
that's false. Al-Darumi says when Aisha consummated the marriage with the
I
Prophet
don't take
Muhammad.
him.
Wait,
I don't take him.
can I finish? Yeah, Al-Darumi says that the Prophet Aisha attained puberty when they consummated.
I don't take him.
You're doing an internal critique on my paradigm. It doesn't matter whether you take him or not.
See that?
I use
how,
this scholar.
you see how silly I can be.
No,
I
but
can
it's irrelevant. You're critiquing my paradigm and you're doing an internal critique on my paradigm. What I hold to.
I can accept him or I cannot accept him. And
No, it doesn't matter if you accept him or not, but I accept him and you're critiquing me, the individual.
I'm not critiquing you, I'm critiquing Islam. You just happen to
wait, yeah, but again, Islam is continual with the scholars you hold to. And I don't
let's see. In Sahih Bukhari 61:30, do you take Sahih Bukhari?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet. Can you tell me, when you're playing with dolls, are you an adult or a child?
Yeah, so like I could just hold to Al-Nawawi's position where this was either playing with dolls and stuff. Yeah, this was before the this was before the Prophet ruled this as like a abrogation or like being this impermissible.
It
because
was. Let me keep reading. Let me keep reading. This is why what you should do.
And
is
also, like you have to prove this was. Wait, let me finish. This you also have to prove this is before they were married, because
okay.
the hadith is.
Hang on. Slow down. Let's read more. And my girlfriends used to play with me.
Yes.
When Allah's messenger used to enter, they used to hide themselves. Where did he enter? Where did he go to meet Aisha?
Yeah, like I just say this is from Abu Bakr's place, but this was before they were married.
Before they were married.
Yeah, I could just say that.
Right? We'll see. Hang on, we'll see. Because we'll see what Aisha took with her when she went to Muhammad.
Yeah, but I can just show you from the Battle of Badr and the Battle of Tabuk. Aisha still had her dolls when she was 17.
Let's read. Take a chill pill. So when Allah's messenger entered where she was, they used to hide themselves. But Muhammad used to call them to join and play with me.
Yeah.
Now this, hang on. It says the playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden, not was, is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty.
Yeah, so first of all, you're just positing the claim that this was after they're married, which you would have to prove. And second of all, wait, let me finish. This is not from Bukhari. This is from Ibn Hajar Asqalani, a commentary. And I can just hold to Al-Darimi because he's from the Salaf and he's earlier than Ibn Hajar Asqalani, and Al-Darimi affirms that Aisha attained puberty. I can just hold to his position.
Again. Notice what you did again. I'm reading narrated Aisha from Bukhari.
No, but the hadith. No, but the thing is that thing in brackets is not a part of the hadith.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to show you now another hadith where this is not part of the brackets, where we're going to go to, let me just go to Bukhari again. And you guys want to throw everything under the.
No, you're just not dealing with my scholars and stuff. You're just running away.
Hang on a second, bro. Hang on. No one runs.
So then address Al-Darimi.
Run. Watch this. Can you tell me what the chapter heading is?
Yeah, giving one's young child in marriage.
Okay. Can young children play with dolls?
Yeah, sure.
Can young children get married?
Contract-wise, sure.
I don't know. Where do you see contract-wise?
Yeah, because Ibn Battal says, that in terms of the contract and stuff, a daughter can get married.
I don't take him.
That's irrelevant. You're doing an internal critique on me.
I don't know who this Battal is, but again,
Ibn Battal is a Maliki jurisprudence.
We'll get to the Maliki.
Yeah, I already told you. Ibn Battal is a Maliki. Let me finish.
The Maliki agree you can marry and penetrate children.
No. So if I show you Imam Malik where he says that this is forbidden,
we'll get to that. Slow down.
Wait, so
Aziz,
if I
slow down. Let's just we're on a hadith now.
yeah,
In
wait,
the
wait. So if I show you, wait, you made a claim though.
We'll
If I
get
show you
to
map,
that, my brother. Please slow down. We'll get to that. Slow. First, we understand that you can marry children, and children can play with dolls.
no, in contract wise,
you
show the in Islam there's two senses of marriage: contract and consummation. Those two categories of marriage are not co-referential. There's a
So let's
contract,
see
isn't
what
the actual
hadith
marriage.
says. Let's see what the hadith says. The Prophet married her, Aisha, when she was 6. Is
Yeah.
6-year-old a child?
Yeah, in terms of the contract, I can grant that. True.
Beautiful. And he consummated his marriage with her when she was 9. Is she
Yeah.
a child at 9 in this verse, in this hadith?
I hold Darmi's position, no, because she attained puberty.
Beautiful. So she's now 9-year-old adult. Does she
Yeah.
still have her dolls with her when she goes to Muhammad?
You have to show me the hadith and stuff, but I can, even if I grant that and stuff, that could just be before the Prophet made it impermissible.
So are you saying that Aisha
Because-
went to a grown man's house, that even as a child?
I don't grant that she was a child, love. What? I don't grant that. That's just begging the question.
So we're going to go to Sahih Muslim. We're going to go to Sahih Muslim, and we're going to go to Sahih Muslim 3481. Right? I'm giving you the things in case you want to, you want to go find it. Sahih Muslim.
Yeah, just bring it.
8. Oh, hang on a second. So it says, Aisha reported that Allah's apostle married her when she was 7 years old. And
Yeah, that hadith is weak.
To his house as a bride when she was 9, and her dolls were with her.
Yeah, so that's a weaker hadith from Sahih Muslim. Imam Bukhari takes. Wait, let me finish.
And when he died, she was 18 years old.
Yeah,
so my question, I don't care about you guys throwing everyone under the bus.
Wait,
Again,
let me weaken the hadith.
To Sahih Muslim. Muslim.
So Bukhari takes let me finish. Bukhari takes precedence over Sahih Muslim in this case of this hadith, because this hadith is wrong and stuff in the terms of the contract. The contract was 6. It's by ijma, and Bukhari takes precedence. So I can just reject this hadith on the basis of Bukhari because it has more authority.
So again, we'll throw everything under the bus.
No, but I'll make it easy. Wait, I'll make it easy for you.
It's okay.
I'm going to make it easy for you. Dude. Well, listen, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'll grant this hadith, but this hadith doesn't negate her being prepubescent. Why? Because we have other hadiths in the Battle of Badr and the Battle of Tabuk, yeah? Wait, let me finish. Where she was 15 or 17. Let me finish. Relax. When she was 15 or 17, and she still had adults. So I can just hold to Al-Nawawi's position, where the where the Prophet made playing with those as for adult women haram, yeah. After the Battle of Badr or the Battle of Tabuk, depending on like which position you take. So like, you're not addressing my arguments. You're just like even me granting you these notions.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you deal with my scholar Al-Darumi?
Again, so you're not done.
Yeah, I'm asking you. Can you deal with my evidence from Al-Darumi?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
Yeah, it's from the Salaf. He says that Aisha, when they
can't provide it, then
okay. If I provide, wait. So if I
hang on a second, please. Let's just look at what I provided so far. According to what I showed you, this is Sahih Muslim. Now you can throw him under the bus as much as you wish to.
No, I literally granted you it.
Then hang on. Do you agree that when he says and she was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9, and her dolls were with her? Did Aisha take her dolls with her?
Yeah, I'm granting you the hadith.
To Muhammad at 9.
Yeah, I'm granting you the hadith. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so she was still playing with dolls, correct?
That's an unsequitur. Just because she takes her dolls doesn't mean she was playing with dolls. But I can grant that, sure.
What is she gonna do with the dolls? Are playing with dolls allowed?
Yeah, so it can be like I'll tell you. I'll give you the account.
Motor mouth. My goodness, dude, know when to shut it.
The question you asked. The question.
Are playing with dolls permissible or allowed in Islam?
Yeah, so playing with the dolls is impermissible. Yeah, but you're just positing the claim just because she bought the dolls with her and stuff. That therefore necessitates she was playing with the doll. That's just an unsequitur.
Again. The hadith is saying the one that you threw under the bus, she had her dolls.
I didn't. I literally granted it to you.
I just showed you that when she went to Muhammad, she was a prepubescent girl.
That's just begging the question.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I'm not, bro. You're just begging the question.
What is wrong with you? Listen, dude, shut it, please. I'm asking you to stop opening your mouth, because all you're doing is just embarrassing yourself. Okay, you're just embarrassing yourself. Now, again, we read the hadith where it says that you can marry. The chapter says giving one's children away in marriage,
Yeah,
right?
so that's
Giving one's children. Then
yes.
we can see that at 9 years old, a child is now penetrated, right?
That's
According
just
to
begging the question again. So a child is someone that's prepubescent. Aisha attained puberty according to Al-Darimi. Therefore, the definition of her being a child is false. So I could just reject that notion. So you
again,
just like
again, you're trying to be smart, but you know that you
can you like engage with my arguments instead of
So
doing this
again,
cringe rhetoric?
now we're gonna go to see if the Malakis agree or disagree that you can marry little children. How's that?
Wait, so yeah, so if I show you Imam Malik where he reject that notion, what are you gonna do?
Well, okay, well we'll see because again,
Okay, let me bring it up then.
he's going against the Quran. He goes against the Quran.
How is he going against the Quran? What's the
Because
argument for
the
that?
Quran in Surah 65:4 tells you clearly that you can marry and penetrate little girls.
No, it doesn't say that.
Let's
I can
go
just hold
to the
it.
verse. Then let's
I'll
go
tell
to
you.
the verse
Let me finish.
first.
Let me finish. Yeah, I could just hold to Abdullah ibn Shubrama's position where he
You
says
can
yeah that
find, you can find, listen, you can find Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and the
no.
gang,
Do you know
and
who
they
Abdullah
can
ibn
say
Shubrama
something.
is? No, Abdullah ibn Shubrama is a tabi'un. He's a student of Anas ibn Malik, a Sahaba, and he says this is talking about girls who reach puberty by age and not by menstruation. And Imam Malik says, and Abu Hanifa said the age of puberty is 17. So I could just say this verse is talking about 17-year-olds that haven't menstruated. So you're baked. Would you like me to show you? Yo, I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So can
Alright.
you address? I could just hold to the position. This is 17-year-olds that haven't menstruated. And
Okay,
Al
before we do
Shukhrani and Ibn
anything,
Uthaymeen, how
take a
this.
chopo, take a chopo. First, we're going to go now to the Quran to see
Yeah.
what the Quran actually says. And then we're going to go to see if, for example, all the scholars agree with what this verse says.
I just gave you a
So,
tabi'un.
hang on, dude. Hang on. Let's read the verse first. I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether you Speedy Gonzalez or just desperate to get a word in.
Wait, I know the verse though. There's no
Read
point.
the verse.
I know the
Read
verse.
read the verse.
I don't have a second device, but I know the
I'll
verse.
read it for you.
Yeah, you asked
I'll
about
read it for
وَلَلَّهِ إِلَمْ يَهِدْنَا,
I
right?
will read it for you. Stop. Hang on, man. It says, as for your women who have despaired of further menstruating, if you in doubt, their period shall be 3 months. And those who have not menstruated as yet, and those with child, their term is when they bring forth their burden. Whoso fears God, God will appoint for him his command, easiness. How many groups of women are mentioned in this verse?
3.
Beautiful. Can you tell me those who have not yet menstruated, who are they?
Yeah, so those are
According
girls that are
to the
17.
scholars as well.
Yeah, those are girls that are 17 according to my scholars.
According to your scholars. Are you a Sunni?
Yeah, I'm Salafi.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to see.
I gave you. Wait. Can you address my argument? I gave you Ibn Shubrama.
I don't listen, my man. We're going to go first to the Quran. We're going to see what
Yeah,
Allah says before we
okay,
run to Tom, Dick, and Harry.
We already
Listen
established
again.
the Quran.
So
I
according
gave you Ibn
to you,
Shubrama.
according to you, Aisha was still a child.
No, because she attained puberty physically by physically. What are you talking about?
What does it mean to attain puberty physically fully?
Yeah, so by going through the 5 tenor stages of puberty.
Okay, the 5 tenor stages. Okay, watch this. What are the 5 tenor stages of puberty?
Well,
What
the
is
5,
stage
yeah,
5?
so yeah, so
There's only 4.
the 5,
What is stage
yeah,
5?
so yeah, the 5. What do you mean? Clarify your question.
Because again, I'm asking you, what stage did she complete?
Yeah, so the last stage is where she fully her breasts fully develop and her hips. That's a 5th tenor stage.
Okay, and where's your evidence for this?
Yeah, Al-Darimi.
Okay, can you read it for me, please?
Oh, I'll pull it up. No worries.
Man, these guys run from Allah and the Quran. My goodness.
Yeah, so it says this Bani bi Aisha radiallahu anha wa hiya binti tis'i sanin. So he says the Prophet married Aisha when she was 9, and it says this wala dhahiru annahu bani biha ba'd al-buluk. And the
That, you know, that's
consummation
a
was
lie.
Huh? What? Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
Hang on a second. You know that that's a lie because it doesn't say that she was married at 9. Every single
it
source
says
says she was
consummation at
married
9.
at 6.
I didn't say marriage. I said the Prophet married, consummated the marriage at her when she was 9. And it says, "Wala dahiru annahu bani biha ba'd al-buluk." And this was after she attained puberty.
And this was after she attained puberty. So, okay, so stay with that now. Just stay with that. So, look what it says. So now you're saying that the 9-year-old attained puberty, so therefore she's allowed to be penetrated, correct?
Yes, because this is the no. That's not. Wait, that's a non sequitur. You're not tracking my argument. My argument is that because she's not a child, because a child is someone that's prepubescent. If
Beautiful.
X, wait. Let me finish. If X attains puberty, that therefore negates her being a child. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a Muslim. You guys make
No, but okay, wait. According to this source here, is she a child? Yes or no? According to this source.
Yes, she's a child.
Wait. So a child is someone that's pubescent?
Yes, because a child reaching the age of puberty doesn't make her
No, it says
an
attaining
adult.
puberty, not
This is
reaching
because
puberty. It says attaining
Muslims
puberty.
don't understand what it is to start puberty, what puberty is. And
Yeah,
when
no, there's
puberty
distinction. It
ends.
says it doesn't say
Now, hang on a second.
reaching
Now
puberty. It says attaining
let's go
puberty.
slowly. Hang on a second.
Wait,
Let's go again
you're
slowly.
running.
No one's running, bro. Don't say I'm running. Never say that to me. I don't run from
Wait,
Muslims.
you're literally not
You
engaging
guys
with my
are
questions.
easy. This is easy. I do this while I'm munching on snacks because you guys are so easy.
Yeah, okay, so then can you engage
Now
according
again,
to this?
let's
Wait,
go to
engage
the Quran.
with the source.
Let's go to the Quran. Stop talking. Let's go to the Quran.
Okay,
Let's
so you're
see
running
what
away from
you
my
said
source
is
now.
true. Let's see if you can see this in your Quran. Now we're going to go to the explanation of these verses. Now, I know that you pick and choose like all other Muslims, but let's see if you can pick and choose.
No, but we're allowed to. Ibn Hajar Asqalani says, wait, let me finish.
Stop talking. Now you had your chance. Let's see if it's true. We're going to see. This is Ibn Abbas for Surah 65:4. Do you take Ibn
Tanween
Abbas?
Ibn Abbas is weak. It's a forgery.
Okay, so Ibn Abbas is weak.
Yeah, the Tanween Ibn Abbas, the tafsir of Ibn Abbas. There's no tafsir of Ibn Abbas. It's a forgery.
Do you take Jalalain?
Al-Jalalain is a 7th century Mufassir who's a Suyuti. He's an Ash'ari. I mean, he's an Ash'ari.
Do you take Jalalain?
No, he's an Ash'ari.
Do you take Ibn Kathir?
Yeah, I take Ibn Kathir.
Okay, beautiful. The same for the young.
Yeah.
Who have not reached the years of menstruation.
Yeah.
So he's talking about divorcing. The same for the young. The idda is the same for the young who have not reached the years of menstruation.
Sure, wait. Yeah, that's fine. But again, you're not engaging with my point. I just because I take from Ibn Kathir, I don't. Wait, let me finish. Can I finish? I don't hold to this position because I have a tabi'un who has more authority than Ibn Kathir because he's a direct student of Anas ibn Malik. Okay, Ibn Kathir is the 7th century Mufassir, but I have a tabi'un from the 2nd century, yeah, who says this is talking about girls who reach puberty by age and not by menstruation. Therefore, I don't have to. I can hold to this position.
My man, Speedy. Hang on a second. Listen carefully. You accepted Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir just confirmed. He just confirmed that the verse is talking about.
Wait. Just because I affirm Ibn Kathir, that doesn't mean
Listen. Sometimes you learn if you shut your gob and actually hear someone.
But I'm teaching you though. How does that make sense?
You can't teach me. You are my student. Listen again. The same for the young who have not reached menstruation. What is it talking about? It's saying their idda is 3 months like those in menopause.
Yeah, but now, I already told you I don't. Wait, I already told you I don't affirm this position. I can just hold to. I can hold to Uthman al-Batti and Ibn Shubrama because they have more authority.
Down. You said that you accept Ibn Kathir.
Yeah, he's one of my scholars.
Can you stop it, man? You got cooked the other day. You're getting cooked today.
But what do you mean? You literally dropped me. How did I get cooked when you literally had to drop me?
Bouncing up and down on a hot plate.
How did I get cooked when you literally had to drop me?
Speedy Gonzalez, listen again. The same for the young who have not reached the years of menopause. What is Ibn Kathir talking about here?
Yeah, so I could go 2 ways with it, but but I'll help you out with it. I'll grant it's talking about prepubescent girls. I grant it.
Okay.
I'll help you out.
Are these girls married?
Yeah, they consummated the marriage.
And they've been penetrated before their menstruation.
Yes.
Beautiful. So these little girls under the age of menstruation, are you saying that these girls that are prepubescent have been raped by these men because they can't consent?
Wait, I can grant all this notion, that's fine. I don't grant this position though. I hold to Ibn Shubrama and Uthman al-Batti. Are you going to engage?
No.
Oh, so you're running away from my argument.
No one's running from them. We are first going to stay over here, Aziz.
Yeah, I don't hold to this position. I have a position from Uthman al-Batti and Ibn Shubrama.
So is this position wrong? Is this position wrong?
Yeah, if I hold to this position, I can say this position is wrong.
Okay, beautiful. So you're going against Jalalain, the Quran, Ibn Abbas.
Wait, that's just
and
begging.
Ibn
Wait,
Kathir.
I'm not going against the Quran. That's just begging the question. That's just presupposing your own interpretation.
What
which
does
is a
the
presupposition
Quran
fallacy.
say in the verse? It says those who have not menstruated
Yeah,
yet.
and you're presupposing this is in reference to all categories of women. I don't have to grant that notion because we have a tabi'un that says that no, this is only in reference to girls who have reached puberty by age and not by
Tabi'un?
menstruation. So I don't
Okay,
have to. So I can hold to this interpretation and hold to the Quran without both of them
So who
contradicting.
are the girls that have not yet menstruated?
Yeah, so according to Ibn Shubrama, Ibn Uthaymeen, and Al-Shukhani, and Uthman al-Bati, this is talking about girls who reach puberty by age and not by menstruation. And Abu
What is
Hanifa
the
and Imam
age?
Malik.
Okay,
Wait,
hang
let me
on, hang on.
finish.
What is the age of puberty then?
Yeah, so according to Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik, it's 17.
Okay, so you saying that there's no one that is married before this age.
Yeah, so I can say so it's about 17-year-olds that haven't menstruated.
So you said Hanbali, is that what you said?
No, what?
Who you said which school you went to?
No, I didn't go to a school. I gave you what? I didn't go
Who
to a school.
scholars? Who are the scholars that you refer to?
Yeah, so Uthman al-Bati, Ibn Shubrama, Al-Shukhani, and Ibn Uthaymeen.
Okay, so all of these say that it's 17.
Huh? No, they give the evidence of
You've got so many people that you are hanging on to is that you are more flexible than anyone else. So now what you did is you jumped from one person to the next with each one of them trying to satisfy your idea of the verse.
You're not tracking
correct?
the interpretation.
No, you're not tracking.
Yeah,
You are
can I just
picking and
explain?
choosing.
Can I explain the interpretation, please? Just relax. The interpretation and stuff is that it's talking about girls who reach puberty by age and not by menstruation. Okay, this is what those scholars say. But okay, and Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik say the age of puberty is 17. So I can hold to them this year, verse being about girls who are 17 and haven't menstruated.
Okay, so just so I understand. So you are saying that in this understanding of your verse that you're talking about now, it's talking about different types of what did you say?
What do you mean different types? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm trying to understand it. You're saying that the age of puberty is divided into two parts, correct?
Divided into two parts.
Yeah, you said one is the age.
No, one's by age and one's physically.
Okay, so it's two parts. One by
age.
So
they can either reach. Yeah, a woman can either reach puberty physically or by age. And I can just hold to the interpretation that this is talking about girls who reach puberty by age.
Okay, I just got. What did you say your school of thought was again? Your school.
Yeah, also Sheikh Albani's madhab.
What does that mean?
Yeah, Sheikh Albani's madhab.
Yeah, what is his madhab?
Yeah, he's a Salafi, so he goes directly to the Quran, the Sunnah, and the Salaf.
Okay, so he's a Salafi.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
so he's a manhaj. That's his manhaj. His school of thought is going. He derived jurisprudence by going directly to the Salaf, the Quran, and the Sunnah. He doesn't blindly follow madhabs.
Okay, he doesn't blindly, so he makes it up as he goes, or not?
No. On my days, you're not tracking.
I'm not tracking because again, you've been jumping with so many hoops. You've thrown Ibn Kathir out, right?
Yeah, Ibn Kathir has less authority than a tabi'un, of course.
Okay.
Well, are you slow?
Okay, so you dumb. You're a Muslim. Don't forget.
No, but
you again. I'm trying to work with you. If I go to Tabari, is he? Can I agree with him or not?
Al-Tabari.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, Al-Tabari has less authority than Ibn Shubrama and Uthman al-Bati because Al-Tabari at most is at-Tabiyun, while Ibn Shubrama and Uthman al-Bati are at-Tabiyun. That's the direct students of Anas ibn Malik.
Okay, I'm just so confused. Give me someone that people actually use, because all these names.
What you want me to give you your evidence?
Hang on. All the people that you mention are not mainstream, right? These are outside.
What do you mean they're not mainstream? Islam is based. Islam is based on the Salaf.
In the four madhab. Can you tell me?
Yeah, the four madhabs. Yeah, the Hanafi madhab has three positions. One of this position is valid in the madhab. The Hanbali also have different positions, and this position is also valid in the Hanbali madhab. The Maliki have different positions, and this position is valid in the Maliki madhab. The four madhabs, they have the different positions and stuff, and I can show you from all four of these.
So hang on, are they all saying the same thing, that you can marry a prepubescent girl and penetrate her?
No, they're different positions. I can just hold to the other position.
Okay, so you can. So what you've done now again. You pick and choose. You've hopped over the main.
Wait. I'll grant you this. I pick and choose. What's the reductio?
Again, hang on a second, dude, man. Try not to giggle like a little Cheshire.
Well, I'm granting you the argument. I pick and choose. What's the reductio?
You do pick and choose to suit your agenda.
Wait. Ibn Hajar Asqalani says
the Quran says girls that have not yet menstruated, And
Yeah.
you agree that the girls that have not yet menstruated are prepubescent, correct?
No, I don't. I hold to the interpretation of Ibn Shubruma, like I told you.
Okay, but again, does he agree with Allah?
Yeah, the interpretation doesn't contradict the Quran. You can
Of
hold to
course it does.
wait. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. You can hold to the Quran and Ibn Shubram's interpretation. They don't
Because
contradict.
Hanbali also talks about the young girls, right? And
Yeah,
that
Imam
they
Ahmed.
are with
The thing is, Imam Ahmed is a tabi'un. He has less authority than Ibn Shubrama. Again,
My goodness. Anyway, so let's just say this then. Let's say this. If I now grant you, I'll say to you, you know what? I will go with whatever you just said right now, and we will say that yes, in Islam apparently you cannot sleep with prepubescent girls.
Cool.
Am I being honest about that?
Yeah. So you
Okay.
concede then?
Oh, no, not conceding. I'm trying to make you make sense. Now again, let's go back to Aisha. And let's
Bro,
ask
so we're
this
just going back
question.
in circles now. This is
We're
getting
not in
boring.
circles. You're
Do you have
Muslim.
a
You
new
guys are used
argument?
to going in circles. You go around the Kaaba 7 times. So you used to go
No,
in
no,
circles.
I haven't been to Makkah yet. No, I'm sorry, I
There
haven't
we
been
go.
to
But
Makkah. I'm not used to it.
all the others go in circles all the
Yeah,
time.
but I'm not
every
used
day,
to it.
so
I haven't been to
dizzy.
Makkah
But
yet.
anyway, listen
No, but
again.
I'm telling you, I'm not used to
Listen
it though.
again. Let's
So
go
can we stop going in
slowly again.
circles?
Let's go slowly. So you are saying that Aisha, she menstruated and she had reached and attained full puberty by the
Yeah,
age
so
of
according
9.
to Al-Darimi,
correct?
yeah, if you hold this position, she attained puberty.
Okay, so and your evidence would be that it's talking about the wars, right?
No, my evidence is from the Salaf, because Al-Darimi is from the Salaf.
Okay, beautiful. Can you tell me if I in 2025
Oh wait, no, the evidence
want to become a
Al-Darimi, wait, let
Muslim?
me clarify. The evidence Al-Darimi uses is because the reason why the Prophet waited 3 years, and Imam Malik uses the same evidence. The reason why the Prophet waited 3 years is because they just assumed that she waited for her to attain puberty.
No, he didn't wait for that because again,
No, that's the evidence they use. That's that understanding.
Let me again watch this. I'll show you this again. Now this is where you get cooked, because according to your scholars, let me tell you what they said, because this is now quoting the schools of thought, talking about the Hanafi, the Shafi, and the Maliki. They say that, and according to Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, it says that the fact that it is permissible to marry a young girl does not mean that it is permissible to have intercourse with her. Rather, that should not be done until she is able for it. And
Yeah,
for
so
that
again,
reason, hang on, I'm not done. For that reason, Muhammad waited. He delayed the consummation of marriage to Aisha because she was not able for it. It had nothing to do with her maturity.
Yeah, again,
wait.
So which scholar are you
or
referring
becoming
to?
pre-puberty.
Yeah, which scholar are you referring to?
I'll show it to you, brother. You know,
No,
man.
I'm not. No, I believe you. But which scholar are you quoting?
Well,
you don't have
right
to show
now
me.
I'm quoting all of them because I said to you,
Well, all of
according
the
to
scholars. So wait. So when Al-Darimi says,
brother, when I go to Shafi, Hanafi, and the Maliki,
wait. So
and I'm
that's
telling
not
you what
quoting
they're
all the
telling me,
scholars. That's
and
just
I'm
quoting
saying that
about.
if they disagree, then Ahmed and Abu Ubay. Who's Abu Ubay?
Abu Ubaid.
Yeah.
Abu Ubaid, a contemporary.
Okay, he says, a contemporary, he don't know who he is, says that once a girl reaches the age of 9, then marriage may be consummated even without her consent. So again, in your religion,
No,
once
Ibn
a girl
Taymiyyah.
reaches
Wait,
the age
Ibn
of
Taymiyyah
9,
says.
hang on a
Wait,
second.
yeah,
Hang on
the
a
man.
second.
Wait, let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. That's a false position. That's the wrong position. Ibn Taymiyyah says
I want
that.
to read.
Can I just
seriously
respond to the
want to read.
evidence?
I am. I'll show it to you.
No, I believe you. Can I just respond to the evidence?
No, but let me finish reading.
Okay, so you don't want me to respond?
Reading. Stop, man. Let me read. This is what it says. It says that for that reason, Muhammad delayed the consummation of marriage because she wasn't able for it. Al-Nawawi said, with regard to the wedding party of a young married girl at the time of consummating the marriage, if the husband and guardian agree that the girl something that will not cause harm to the young girl, then it may be done. If they disagree, then Ahmed and Abu Ubaid say that once the girl reaches the age of 9, then the marriage may be consummated even without her respect. And if you do something to a girl without her consent, that is called raping them. But that's what
so Ibn. Okay, let me now respond.
Let me finish. I'm nearly done. It says, but that does not apply in the case of a girl who is younger. Then you got Malik, Shafi, and Abu Hanifa say that the marriage may be consummated when the girl is able for intercourse, which varies from one girl to another, so no age limit can be set, and this is the correct view. Even Maududi confirms that.
Yeah,
There
so
is
yeah, this is from
nothing in the hadith of Aisha to set an age limit or to forbid that in the case of a girl who is able for it before the age of 9.
Yeah,
Now,
so can I respond now? Yeah, so Imam al-Nawawi is quoting a position from the four schools of thought. That's one of the positions. So I can grant that, sure, I have no issue with that. However, you can't deny that that this is an ijma. You have to prove this position is an ijma, which is not, because I can show you from the Hanafi madhab, yeah, that some of the scholars said that they have to attain puberty. I can show you from the Hanabila, yeah, all the way from Imam Ahmad Sahaba Ibn Ishaq, yeah, okay, who literally says that they have to attain puberty. He went to a different position. And I can also show you from Imam Malik, where he verbatim says, yeah, that you can't consummate with a girl who's young due to her young age. So would you like me to show you that, all of that? So I don't have to grant this position.
Notice what you did. Again, you threw every single one of these under the bus. Every single one of them.
Wait, that's fine. As long as I have evidence from my scholars, I don't have to grant your evidence. I can just hold to the other position. You're just saying it's ijma. Yeah, it's only a problem, yeah, if there's an ijma. But I can just hold to if there's an ikhtilaf, yeah, then I can just hold to the other position. I'm not grounded or restricted to hold to your position. You have to make an argument why I have to.
Do you agree with the Hanafi or not?
I agree with the Hanafi position that you have to attain puberty. Would you like me to show you?
Okay, hang on a second, my brother. Yes, please show it to me. But while
Muhammad al-Hanafi quotes the three positions.
Let me also show you.
The first position is
let
that
me also show you. Hang on a second. You go find yours, and I'll show you that from Shamila we can see that talking about the Hanafi, he says, and those who have not menstruated are the young ones, the little children, young ones. This is from the Hanafi. So the Hanafi agree with me that again, you can penetrate the young ones. In fact, the Hanafis are also cooking you, because it also talks about because of being young. The young girls, the ones that have been penetrated, are young. It says, Hanafi again says, not menstruated yet. That is, they have not observed blood due to their young age. Come back. I'm showing you all the Hanafi stuff that he says. All the Hanafi says and confirms because of the young age due to no observed blood. Come back. Aziz, come back. I got all the Hanafi on the screen. The Hanafi confirm they have not observed blood due to their young age. I've got all the Hanafi. I got the Hanafi confirming that. What did he say? If she does not menstruate due to young or old age, likewise for those who have reached the age of puberty but haven't yet menstruated.
So this is, okay, do you know who Muhammad al-Hanafi is?
Oh my gosh.
So this is the...
You're tiring me, bro. You're tiring me.
Yeah, so this is... Wait,
I'm trying to go to every one that you're sending me to, and yet you are the one cooking yourself.
They give the three positions of the Hanafi madhab, yeah? I'll state the first one. So it says, وَاخْتَلَفُوا فِي وَقْتِ الدُّخُولِ بِالصَّغِيرَةِ فَقِيلَ لَا يَدْخُلُ. Wait, I'm reading.
Yeah, but you're not reading. You're doing a bad job. Just say it in English.
Okay, fine. Okay, so he says, yeah, that the scholars, yeah, had disagreements of when a young girl can consummate the marriage. Okay, he says some of them, yeah, he says, yeah, it has to be this biha إذا بلغت تسعة. Oh wait, no, it says this. No, لا يدخل بها ما لم تبلغ. It says, yeah, that they have to attain puberty. This is one of the positions. The others say, yeah, it says this. وقيل يدخل بها إذا بلغت 9 سنين. And the second position is that they have to reach puberty by age, and which is 9. I can show you Abu Hanifa where he says it's 17. Okay, and then the third position is of course which you mentioned, the build. So these are the three positions. The first position is the she has to attain puberty. The second position is that she either by reaching puberty by age, and the third position is that it's about her build.
Okay, so now that I showed you that you can marry them even before you see any blood.
No, but James, the thing is that
menstruating.
No, but the thing is, you're just naming one of the positions.
It says that they have not observed blood due to their young age. We're still talking about the Hanafi.
But James, the thing is, there's ikhtilaf on the Hanafi madhab. I don't have to grant that position. I can just hold the other position.
You know, this is the sadness of you.
So what's the argument?
Again, this is the sadness.
Well, I don't find it sad.
Again, you asked the question. Try to focus.
No, but I'm happy though. I'm not sad.
Again, focus. You asked the question. I'm showing you what the Hanafis say. You
Yeah, and
say
I'm showing you what the
yes, but-
Hanafis say
hang
as
on,
well.
shut up. You say yes, but, and then I'm showing you what Hanafis
And I'm
say.
showing you as well.
And again, so watch this then. So again, according to the Hanafi, do you agree that you can marry and penetrate these little girls even if they have not observed blood?
No, I hold to
due
the other
their young
position. I don't
age?
hold to no. According to my Hanafi madhab, yeah, I don't hold to that position. What are you gonna do about it?
So how many Hanafis are there?
Yeah. So what? How many Hanafis are there? I don't know what that means.
How many Hanafis are there? Because again, I'm reading Hanafi, right?
Yeah, and I'm reading Hanafi.
And then so if we're both reading Hanafi and he is contradicting himself.
No, that's not contradicting. There's ikhtilaf on the
Beautiful.
position. That's not
Beautiful.
contradicting. There's ikhtilaf. Okay, there's three positions. I can just
Okay.
hold to the other position that they have to attain puberty, and you can't do anything about it since there's ikhtilaf. If you
Beautiful.
can make the case that it's an ijma, then I'll grant you, of course. But there's no evidence that this is an ijma since our four madhabs have ikhtilaf.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect example of why you should never become a Muslim.
Wait, give me the
Notice what he
reductio.
did. Hang on, dude. Hang on, please. Let me finish. Because this is interesting. This is funny. Notice what you did. What you did was you said, yes, we see that he writes it, but I won't accept that one. Let me tell you what I
you're not
will
tracking.
accept.
There's
I
three
will accept
positions.
hang on, bro. Hang on, man. Take it easy. You are saying to me, I will accept something that doesn't make me vomit at the sound of Islam, because what I believe is like the lighter, easier version. It's
No,
like
Ibn Hajar
not as-
Asqalani says
not
we're all
as- hang on,
jurists.
dude, hang on. It's not as spicy, not as disgusting. So what I'll do is I will throw that one away that says you can marry little girls that have not yet menstruated, and you can divorce them and let them remarry and marry and remarry and marry and remarry, because that's what they do before their first menstruation. Because
Wait, watch
remember,
this,
the
guys.
verse
Watch this.
65:4 says that these girls have never received their menstruation. They've never received menstruation, never had it. So your God is saying that you can marry and divorce.
No, I don't believe that my God is saying that.
Before. Now, what
No, my
you
God
did
is saying that they reach
and what
puberty by
you did
age.
was you saw this, you agree that it's disgusting, so you chose
No, I can grant it's
somebody
disgusting.
else. You chose somebody else that makes it better to swallow.
Wait. So watch this, James. So according, if I hold to this position, yeah, I could just say Islam doesn't allow child marriage, correct?
No, it does.
Wait, but I don't hold to that position. I could just say it's wrong.
Are you allowed to marry a child in Islam?
No, what's the argument? I hold to Ibn Shubruma.
No, you just said you can.
No, I don't.
You
I
just
say
said
I
you
believe that
can.
position is wrong. If I believe that position is wrong, therefore I don't agree with that position. Therefore, I could just say Islam doesn't allow child marriage. So
But
you've
then
lost.
you're going against Allah, correct?
I'm not going against Allah.
What does Allah
What's
say?
the argument for that?
What does Allah say in the Quran? What does He say?
That's just presupposing your interpretation, which
He
is
says,
begging the
as for the
question.
women who have despaired further menstruation, if you in doubt, their period shall be 3
Yeah,
months.
but
Who are
James,
these
the thing
women?
is, you're just
Are
presupposing
these
your own
women
interpretation.
married?
That's just begging the
Are
question.
these women married according to this verse?
Yeah, again, we already been through this. We're
Beautiful.
going in circles.
So they are, again, you're Muslim. So again, these women are married.
Yeah.
Are the women that have not, or the people that have not yet menstruated yet? You said that yes, these can be children.
No,
right?
I don't believe it.
Muhammad marry
You're straw manning my
prepubescent
position.
girl?
I don't believe it.
Again, listen to this. Did Muhammad
You're going in
marry
circles, James. Like, can you
again,
just take the
stop
L?
giggling like a little girl? Did Muhammad marry a prepubescent girl? Yes or
No, he didn't.
So she was pubescent when he married her.
Yeah, when they consummated, yeah.
Again, idiot. Listen carefully. I said marry, not consummate.
Yeah, marriage
I
and
didn't talk about
consummation are
penetration.
co-referential. In
Listen
Islam, there are
again.
two senses of marriage.
Listen again. Did Muhammad marry a prepubescent girl?
No, that's the consummation is not. She
I
attained
didn't
puberty.
talk about consummation.
Yeah,
you
then
absolute
clarify what you mean,
muppet.
because in Islam there's two senses of
I
marriage.
said marry. I
Okay,
said
by marriage, do you
marry.
mean contract? Do you mean contract?
Is that a marriage when you contract someone?
Yeah, yeah, that's what contract means. Yeah,
then
in
idiot.
Islam there's two.
Then you dummy. Listen carefully.
Wait, I'll dumb it
Did
down for you. In
Muhammad-
Islam there's two senses of
did
marriage. Okay,
Muhammad-
the contract and the consummation. You're not tracking. And 65.4 isn't about the contract; it's about the consummation. So even that, you're baked. How does it feel to lose? Can you please teach me how to lose? Like, I never lost before. Can you please teach me?
Muhammad lost in everything he did.
Wait. So you have to now blaspheme now. So wait. Can you please teach me how to lose?
Shut it and listen. Shut it and listen. I need you to listen. So what you did is,
Oh, brother.
I asked you, shut up. I asked you carefully. I said very clearly, did Muhammad marry Aisha when she was, before she had her menstruations, when she was prepubescent?
That's the contract.
Shut it. Then what did you do? Shut it. What did you do? You said, oh, there's two types of marriage.